Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We meet again on Chapter 4, Laboratory Legislation for FSG 301. At the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain about OSHA, the objective of OSHA, the law and the history in Malaysia, and also the regulations and act regarding OSHA. This is the content for this topic. Without further ado, let's move on into the first one, Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA 1994. It was additional from FMA 1967 or Factory and Machinery Acts 1967. OSHA is basic human right for safety at workplace, and they are concerned about safety, health and welfare of people engaged in work or employment. Why OSHA? This is due to the increasing of injuries, illness in the job area. This is the aim and objective of OSHA. The first one is the promotion and maintenance of highest degree of physical, mental and social well-being of worker. And second one is prevention among worker of adverse effect on health caused by their working condition, the protection of worker in their employment from risk resulting from the factor adverse to health, placing a maintenance of worker in occupational environment, and lastly, the adaptations of work towards human. Type of law can be divided into four. The first one is Act, Regulations, Order, and Guideline. For OSHA legislations, it is a mixture of two main types of law, which is the first one is statutory law and second one is common law. Statutory law is a law consists of act and regulation which is formulated by the government. If breaching the law is a criminal offence and the penalty is monetary and prison sentence, and prosecutions is only by the government servant. While for common law is resulted from the decisions of court and judges in a civil court, it also allowed the injured worker to sue the party that is responsible causing the harm. The injured party could request a lawyer, and if plaintiff win, the settlement is through the monetary fines. This is the historical development of OSHA management. This is the chronology of OSHA legislation in Malaysia. It started on 1892 on the Selangor Boiler Enactment until the existence of Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 is due to bright sparkle accident in Sungai Buloh. This is the bright sparkle accident in Sungai Buloh on 1991. It forced government to ensure and to improve the safety and health in the workplace. For OSHA also, they have periodical theme in safety. The first one is boiler safety. It moved on the second themes, machinery safety, industrial safety, safety and hygiene industry, and lastly, occupational safety and health, which is on 1994. This is the history of development of OSHA in Malaysia. The first one come from era of boiler safety, and then it moved into the era of machinery safety, era of industrial safety, and then additional of era of industrial safety and health, and lastly until now the era of occupational safety and health starting from 1994 until now. The enforcement is from Department of Occupational Safety and Health located at Putrajaya, and they need to enforce the FMA 1967 and OSHA 1994. They also need to motivate and promotion safety. They need to review and law and regulations about OSHA. provide advice and expertise, and also the Secretariat to the National Council for OSHA. The service provider is a National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, located at Bangi. NIOSH is developed to provide training in OSHA discipline. Also, they do some research in OSHA, and also they are responsible for conducting research and making recommendations for preventions of work-related injury and illness. Let us move on into Act under OSHA. We are going to see a little bit Act for OSHA 1994 based on the books of Law of Malaysia. Section 15.2 is regulations and order for the employer to provide and maintain a safe, clean, and a safe system of work at their companies. Section 16 is the duties of the employer to prepare and revise a policy regarding OSHA. Section 16 is the duty of employer to give or provide necessary information to the person according to their job description. Section 18 is the duties of occupier to ensure safe and absence of risk in the working place or plant to the person other than his employee. Section 19 is the penalty for breaking the regulation and order of Section 15, 16, 17, and 18. Section 20 is the duty for designer, manufacturer, and supplier to design and provide a safe design and construction to the plant. They also need to arrange and carry out necessary tests and examination to the plant, and also need to provide adequate information of the plant. Section 21 is also the duty for designer, manufacturer, and supplier to arrange or carry out necessary tests or examination to provide the information of the substances used at the working place. Section 23 is the penalty if the employer breaking the act of Section 20 and 21. Section 24 is the general duty of the employees at work. So employees need to know about reasonable care for safety and health of himself. They also need to cooperate with the employer. They need to wear and use the PPE and also comply with the instruction of OSHA. If they found guilty or breaking any rule under Section 24(1), there will be penalties for them. Section 25 is a duty not to interfere with or misuse things provided pursuant to a certain provision. This is penalties if they contravene the provisions of Section 25. Okay, Section 26 also duty not to charge employer for things done or provided. If found guilty, they could be fined by 10,000 ringgit or maximum imprisonment 1 year or both. Section 30 is the establishment of safety and health community. If a person contravene the provisions of Section 30 and they are found guilty, so there will be a